Alright, welcome back to another episode of What's Wrong with the Battery. We've got this Freego battery in. It's one of them. Who knows what size it's meant to be inside. It's a battery. I tested it at 10 amps. It lasted for 0.3 amp hours, which, as we all know, not enough. Get this open and we'll take a look what's going on. I see. That's a problem. Sort of jam that in there to so that just spinning around. I think someone's put the wrong size nut on there. It'll come off in the past. There it goes. So you've got to take off one of those. The screw that goes through, handle comes off. Then you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 screws. Should be Phillips heads. Four screws, they look like that. You can replace them with a random wood screw, it works. Probably a clip. Somewhere on one of the sides. There goes that. Doesn't look that bad. I'm just going to mark which side was the pos and which one was the neg. It's negative on this side and positive on this side, just so we know. So maybe it was actually a 20 amp hour as indicated on that label there. I kind of feel a bit like there might be pouch cells though. Never really that great, especially now. Freego have been out of business for a number of years. I don't know how many exactly, but they're not around anymore. And so that pretty much dates all the battery packs at, I don't know, at least, I suppose 4 years old at this point. Be careful not to chop straight through the cells if they are pouches. I suspect that they are. Normally with the 18650s it's full to the brim. Get that started. If I can. There it goes, then I can hold the knife sideways. Oh no, you never know. Although if they were pouch cells, I feel like they'd probably be a bit swollen by now. Oh! Well, that answers that. They are pouch cells. Great. And let's adjust you so you can see. Got to cut the top off carefully. Try and access that. Being a mess here. make a little cut down here. It's all very tight there. Not a lot of room for anything to move about. The BMS looks a bit crusty. Let's see what we've got. So this was fully charged. Before we went and capacity tested it. So as charged as it was going to get, and it went up to about 41 volts. Voltage. Okay. Just going to check on. There's the battery positive. Terminal there. B plus. Tell you what, might even just turn you around like that. Do one of those so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. Power minus, we've got 36 volts out, and battery negative, we've got 40 volts showing. So the BMS is cutting power for some reason. Let's see. Might just be a BMS issue, but God, I've got to try and pull this JST off, but there's no slack on any of these cables to be able to do it. Just so tight. I might have to remove this sheet here. A bit better. See if we can pull this JST out. We could use this teeny tiny screwdriver. There it goes. There we are. So, for some reason, that pin there is cut off. I think it's because this B13 here, the battery negative here, positive, sorry, is joined through here. I'd imagine that'll be, excuse me, continuous. It isn't. That's weird. It is. There we go. So that'll be why, because it's technically getting the balance lead for the last cell group on there instead. Bit weird, but sure. Does the same thing, I suppose. One less wire for them to run. Let's get the cells plugged into my tester and see what they're saying. And the cells are reading actually all good. See there, we've got average 4. The voltage drop's really not that big, but under load this was setting right down to 3.1 volts. Oh, number of strings 9. We haven't got the positive on there. Let's just check what voltage that one was showing, shall we? Let's see. Make sure that it's not some really low cell group. So that would be from here to the last connector on the JST. Here, 4.058. I think was very close to the rest of it, wasn't it? 4.06, 4.0, yeah, very close to the rest of it, all quite in balance. To be honest, it's very hard to know why this is doing what it's doing. Could just be the BMS cutting out early. It wasn't showing us the proper voltage when it should have been. If we go now from our P minus to our B plus, we only get 36 volts, and across the cells is showing us 40. So the BMS is unhappy. Ah, the key's off. There's a brain in here somewhere. It's somewhere. See what it does now. Might help. 40 volts across there, as it does from the battery minus here. Yeah. I think the cells are just not holding up under load. I was only testing at 10 amps and it just straight down. Thanks for watching.